I'm making my mint truffle bars. To get started, I'm gonna infuse some butter with fresh mint. I'll melt 3/4 cup of unsalted butter. While this melts, I'm gonna get my mint ready. I'm gonna chop off the rough stems. Some of the tender stems in here are fine. Now I'm gonna remove it from the heat, and I'm gonna let this infuse for 10 minutes off the heat while I mix up my dry ingredients. I'm gonna combine 1 cup unsweetened cocoa powder, 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour, and 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. I'll whisk this up. Okay, this is combined. I'll set this aside. I'll strain the butter right into my big bowl. I'm smelling that minty freshness. Then I'm gonna press with my spatula to get any excess butter that's hiding in the mint leaves. I've got a couple of eggs and some bittersweet chocolate, which is gonna be so great underneath the layer of minty sweet buttercream. And I'm gonna add 2 ounces, which is about a good big handful. And I'm gonna let the heat of the butter melt the chocolate. And then I'll whisk it up until it's smooth. Chocolate and butter and mint, yes. I'm gonna add my 2 eggs. I'll whisk to combine. This is the best place to be right now, just standing over a bowl of minty, buttery chocolate. I'll whisk in the dry ingredients. When all of these layers are in one bite together, it's completely addictive. And now I'm gonna bring this batter together with some mint schnapps. You can't survive a Chicago winter without peppermint schnapps. Chicago is so cold. I realize that this area is even colder, but in Chicago, I was so freezing because you have to walk places there. Here you just drive everywhere. You leave your car running in the grocery store parking lot. Okay, I'm gonna measure out 1/4 cup of schnapps, and this is gonna add more minty flavor on top of that fresh mint. And if you didn't wanna use schnapps, you could sub milk with a little bit of mint extract. I'll pour this in and whisk until it's smooth. I've got an 8-inch square pan here that's lined with parchment, and I have these little wings, which is gonna help me lift the bars out when they're done. I'll scrape the batter right in, and I'll smooth it out into a thin, even layer. This looks great. I'll stick it in the oven at 350 degrees for 28 to 30 minutes until the center is set. Layer 1 complete. My brownie layer is out of the oven and cooling, and now I'm gonna make my mint buttercream, which is sweet and fresh, and it adds this beautiful pop of green color. To start, I'm gonna mix up some softened unsalted butter with a little powdered sugar for sweetness and a pinch of salt. I'll add some peppermint schnapps. This is for more minty flavor and a little bit of a buzz because unlike the brownies, this is not getting baked. I'll squirt in a touch of green food coloring and beat till it's fully combined. Ah, that's so pretty. It's almost like a dark sage. Okay. This is gonna be a thick layer. Oh yeah, that's so smooth and luxurious. I'm spreading the frosting all the way to the edge. Okay. Oh my God, that's so good and minty. And I'm like a little bit drunk now. I'm gonna let this firm up in the fridge for about 15 minutes while I get going on my 3rd layer. My buttercream has firmed up, and now I'm gonna take the best part of a chocolate truffle, that buttery center, and smear it all over the top. I have my chocolate and butter that's melted in my pan here, and I'm gonna pour it on and make big, luxurious swoops. And I'll finish it off with just a few of these shiny silver sprinkles. It's so pretty. I'm gonna let this set in the fridge, and then I'll cut these into 16 perfect squares. And 2 for me. Oh my God. They are so intensely minty and chocolatey, and the textures just go so well together.